welcome to Saturday Night Fever, and one sure short way to get the temperature up, at least in this office, is to of course have the lovely Shilpa Shetty with us. Shilpa, I am so excited that you're here because, as you know, you're one of my favorite people, and of course
so are you. We're just not giving each other lip service. We really mean it.
Absolutely, truly, because Shilpa is really one of my favorite people, and honestly, it's a real pleasure to have you here because you're such a breath of fresh air all the time.
Thank you.
And obviously, you look like a breath of fresh air right now, but you've had a pretty hectic schedule all through the day, right?
Oh God, you know what? I was telling someone, I was like, I've never done so much, even for the films that I have worked in. When you become a producer, you really are like this mazdoor, you know.
I swear.
I told someone else, and I'm overworked and underpaid.
Don't worry, hopefully that will change once the film hits the theatres.
It better.
It'll all be worth your while. A sure short success and all of that.
Inshallah, inshallah. No, I don't know about success and failure. We've just set out to make an interesting film, and I think I can put a tick mark there now and say job done. It's been quite a gruelling 1 year. And I've realized that the work begins after the actor's work ends.
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people realize. But you've obviously, I mean, you had an idea of what this was going to entail, obviously, right?
I kind of had an inkling, but I didn't know that it would entail so much work. It's a thankless job, but all said and done, it's like delivering a baby, you know. The process is very painful, but once you finish with the delivery, literally, you're just happy to see the face of the baby.
Yeah, and you know, Shilpa obviously looks like, I mean, look at her, seriously. You've obviously been working at this like crazy, right? I mean, I want the bullet points.
I'm
the
telling
bullet points.
You make a film, there's no time to work out, okay? Yeah, I'm only working. That's it. No working out.
Leaving out the working out.
The only working out I'm doing is running after my son, Bian, and I think that keeps me on my toes.
You know, whenever people say this normally, you know, oh, whatever, I'm running after my child and that's how I lose weight. Generally, we would tear those people to shreds, but only because it's you.
No, but I'm telling you, he's just kind of finding his feet and he's all over the place, and I dread taking him on a flight because he wants to run into the cockpit. He's waking up people on a night flight.
He must be a very popular kid on these flights, I must say.
I mean, thankfully he's a happy child, so you know, I'm okay with that. But I don't think my fellow passengers are quite so happy.
But obviously he's a very social child as well, so he clearly takes after his mother that way because he's got a very jam-packed social schedule.
Very. I mean, you know, today these kids, I tell you, they've got quite a happening life. I'm taking him for a party now, and I'm most excited. So everyone's trying to outdo each other, and now when I throw a party for Vian, there's too much pressure because people are calling in elephants and horses
for
birthday parties and
real ones.
I'm not joking.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they've got like a zoo theme happening, and which I think is really cool. But I don't know where I'm going to fit these large animals.
That takes social animal to a whole different level. Zoos and zebras and whatever coming into the picture. But obviously, you know, Shilpa, you're such a dedicated mother, really. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have said, why aren't you coming, you know, out with, you know, on the big screen again yourself? We've seen you, like, obviously in an item song for the film. But why isn't that? Because you're looking fabulous. You're looking, like, in absolutely the best shape of your life. So why not?
No, I mean, it's very clear in my head that my son's my priority right now. I have so many things that I'm dabbling in, and there's just no time to do a full-fledged role. You know, that would entail giving a chunk of dates, and with our erratic schedules, it's just impossible to kind of balance a home, a child. I'm saying a home separately to a child because a child is a full-time job, you know, and work. And I think being a committed professional, I just think it would be harakiri at this point to do something half-heartedly. For my baby or for a film role. So I've taken a self-imposed sabbatical, and thankfully I've done this for my own sanity because I love this time with my son, and these are his formative years where he really needs me. So I don't think anyone can do the job of a mother better than me.
Absolutely not.
And I think the actor can wait because I've been there, done that. I don't really miss it. I think I'm kind of satisfying my creative side with making films.
Absolutely. And you certainly seem to be very content. I think that's one of the things I always notice about you is the minute you walk into a room, you're always laughing, you're always smiling. I don't think I've ever seen you in a bad mood. Like, you know, and it's not that you've always had it like extremely easy or something like that. So what's really the secret to that? Because you've always been so positive, even during trying times. I'm not just talking about right now when it's all hunky-dory.
And I've had quite many of those trying times. Yeah. I think the key to it is you know, to just live life positively, and it might sound really philosophical, but what cannot be cured has to be endured, like my mom says. And
that's a great line, actually.
Yeah, it really is. And you just live by it. Yeah. And you know, when you have a bad day, you know a good day is going to come. Yeah. It's somewhere around. Yeah.
You know, one of the reasons I make no bones about the fact that I really like Shilpa so much is because I think you're a genuinely good person. It comes across like that, a genuinely nice person, and it's good to see that you're doing so well, because often I think niceness is not something that's really valued, especially in Bollywood. Would you agree? And I think Harman is someone who's also a very good guy, but unfortunately hasn't really got his due. You know, I mean, and everyone says he's such a nice guy, such a nice guy.
I completely agree with you, and I just think that it's very unfair to judge an actor based on 2.5 films. I've been through that phase, and I know how it feels, so I kind of empathize with him. But I just think that people are going to forget that Harman because he ran into some bad luck with films. He wasn't bad in them, you know? So people will see this new reinvention and this metamorphosis of Harman Baweja and appreciate this. I'm quite confident about that. I'm not 100% sure about how well the film will do. I hope that it does well and strikes gold at the box office, but I'm quite sure that people will like Harman.